Hey there, welcome back for part 2 of this mission. In part 1, I was able to engage this Slava, and you can still see her remains burning as the crew has abandoned ship. Our task over here is to prevent any attack on Attu Air Force Base. Attu Air Force Base is currently in the process of retrieving a couple of F-14s, as well as some A-6s, so I can send those back out. Because the Soviets still have more ships. A Cresta 2... a Submarine, a Kara, and somewhere over here is a Rogov. I'm not sure exactly what they're trying to land here, but I'm not eager to find out, so we're going to take them out. My ships are all in fairly decent condition, albeit some of them are out of harpoons. And we did have an attack from the Slava with their SSN-22s. We were able to throw that off. However, something is detecting this formation. And at this range, I highly doubt it's the Tu-95. So that means it's possibly something underwater. Because I don't really know what else it should be. These helicopters simply don't have enough range, not at 2,000 feet, to detect something that's, what, 50... well, they might. 60 miles out, but I'm suspecting it's a helicopter somewhere. In the meanwhile, Victory 3 here is going to take down the Tu-95 Recon that they have. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm probably going to send another AIM-54 at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted to 5 there because sometimes they throw a decoy out. And when they do, they will typically get the first missile to eat the decoy. The second missile, however, is then too far away to see the decoy. And once you've launched a decoy, be it chaff or flare or what have you, it takes a couple of seconds before you can reload that. So that's why I have sent out 2 missiles. One might miss. The second one likely will not. Over here we got an AIM-54 going for the helos. Always shoot down the helicopters. Even if you don't have submarines, shoot down their helos. For the simple reason that a helicopter that is alive is also something that can detect you. And or can hunt down your submarines if you have those. They are not necessarily a big problem, but I just do typically shoot them down. Just out of habit. Tu-95 up ahead, there it is. You can see the trail. This guy might know that they have a problem. There's just not a whole lot they can do about it. There's the flares. Let's see what the AIM-54 does. It doesn't care. Okay, there's one hit. This one doesn't have a target anymore, so just going to continue on its course. Victory 3, well done. Fall back. Victory 4. New target for you. We don't have any friendly helicopters over here, so these bastards can all down. Another new air. 7085. Oh, that's the other helo. Alright. Go take it out. Has the Joker flight completely landed? Landed, yes. And this guy is being brought back into the hangar. The other ones are still going to take some time to get back to the hangar, and it takes about 20 minutes to rearm and refuel. Oh, that's fine. Now, how many harpoons do I have left? I got 0 on Mississippi. I have 6 on her. I have 5 on the Groves. And I have 0 on the Dale. So that's a total of a mere 11 harpoons. I doubt that is enough to sink all of this. Because the Kara alone is quite potent. The Cresta, I'd say, is slightly better. They might very well be able to defend themselves to such an extent that 11 harpoons are going to get all eliminated. So we'll have to wait for the aircraft to get ready. In the meanwhile, we'll just pop some helicopters and make sure that they get blinded even more. Remember I said I thought there was something below the surface? I wasn't strictly talking about a torpedo, but one of my sonar boys picked it up. Barely. Barely. It already faded. Now this thing is coming from 105. I don't think the AI doglegs their torpedoes. We're just going to push that thing back So we're going to do 360 minus 105, and we will find the damn submarine. Where is the damn submarine? Let's have a look. These things have 30-mile range, though. This can be a bit of a search. Okay. We're looking back in the direction of 255. No, wait. Sorry, brain freeze. Complete brain freeze. 360 minus 105 is 255. So, yeah. I'm not crazy. 255 puts them over there. I guess possible. Alright, formation. Turn south at best speed. Especially groves. That's a 15-mile circle. I got active buoys. Whatever. Throw an active buoy. Anybody still got passives? You. Let's go. Anybody have a helo available? Let's go. We need a fresh helicopter. Other helicopter only has 3 buoys. Bloody torpedoes in the water. There's carrier killers as well. The 6576. At least the good news is these things are typically launched way in advance. So you get tons of warning about the fact that there is a problem heading your way. That is, if you have your sonobuoys. If you don't have your sonobuoys deployed, you might just get surprised by those bastards. And they will blow you to bits real fast. Can't have that. Now, I'm just going to throw down a line of sonobuoys kind of in the line where I expect the target to be. At least based on where those torpedoes were, which was around here, I think. And if I get something, it's going to be sheer luck. Because it's just an active buoy, which really doesn't have a whole lot of range. Okay, helicopter up. Let's go get the other one. It's a bit unfortunate we don't have that other P3 available. Because without that other P3, I'm going to have to use helicopters to hunt down the other submarine. Not necessarily the end of the world, because I've done that plenty of times. It's just that a P3 can drop a lot of sonobuoys pretty quickly. And a helicopter typically takes a little bit more time. Spread them out a bit more. You. With your fresh sonobuoy, sweet. We need to drop a buoy here. Hopefully we'll be able to pick up those torpedoes again. And see exactly where they're going to go. Because they're already relatively close to the groves at this point. Yeah, that's 16 miles. So I picked them up there. That means that they're going to have potentially another 14 miles or so on them. And we should be searching in this area here. So we're going to sort of divvy up this area. I'm going to say in this bottom left-hand quadrant, we're going to have to search for submarines. We find them, great. If not, send more helicopters. And this Sea Sprite, unfortunately, is out. No buoys, but 2 torps. So she might still come in handy. Hold. As for the rest of these bastards, they're still 8 miles out. Oh! Shit. That's pretty damn close. 8 miles out. Kid, you're gonna have to turn southwest. I'm gonna pull you away from the formation. Just leave. These things are traveling at 50 knots. I thought they used to be traveling at 30 knots in a course of 105. That means in 30 minutes, they're going to be right around here. Course 105, 15 miles there. That's where they'll be in half an hour. That means that the Groves is going to change course as well. The Dale is going to change north, and Mississippi is going to change south. Everybody at best speed. Get it done. Get it done. You're laying a sonobuoy, yes. Which means that this area here is not right, is it? For those of you who have already commented, I'm sorry. Like I said, I had a bit of a brain freeze. I was trying to do 360 plus or minus 105, which makes absolutely no sense. It should be 180 plus. So that submarine's absolutely not here. That's a complete mistake. Don't mind that at all. I should be adding 180 to this. So that submarine is somewhere in the direction of 295. It's somewhere along this line here. If it is still there. That's where we're going to start dropping buoys. And yes, I will saturate the area because at the moment I don't really have a better option. In this weather, just throw more sonar buoys and hope for the best. Complete brain freeze. Then again, it's Monday morning that I'm recording this, so that's my excuse. Start there. Let's see if we can find something. Birds ready yet? Yes. Okay, gentlemen. Same loadout, same job. Go for it. 7095 and 94 classified as hostile torpedoes. Here they are again. Interestingly, that's the second spread. So that's a 116. Plus 180 this time around. That's a 296. They will want to be in range of my ship, so let's say that they're targeting the kid. They got 30-mile range, I think. So the kid plus 30 range. That should put them somewhere along that axis.
Roger, turn 251.
Let's see if I'm right.
Roger, turn 263.
I gotta check if I actually have that range correct. That means it's a Victor 3 or something. Because at least I know they carry them. 27 miles. Okay, so not quite as far, because this is 30 miles. It's a bit less than that. This one's on a 116, this is on a 114. Okay.
Contact faded. Track 7095.
Go there. Hold. Actually, no. I'm going to send you back. Get some additional sonar buoys. Groves. I want you to disband from the formation. Well, that was disbanding the whole formation. Whatever. I should have used leave formation. I'm going to push you into harm's way, because you also have access to some torpedoes of your own. And it means that I don't have to have my helicopters fly as far. I can remove this circle here. There's the torpedoes again. Getting picked up probably by 1070, this passive buoy here.
On station.
Which sea sprite is that? That one. Yeah, this might take me some time to search. Found it. We have some noise next to this passive sonar buoy here. The active buoy going in now. Active return, semi-small. Engage with a vengeance. One. In the previous few videos that I did about this scenario line, as I'm running a beta of course, that means that there was a bug where submarines, well, submarines and surface contacts didn't actually respond to being under torpedo attack. I'm not sure if that has been fixed at the moment. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. We'll just see how it goes. Second torpedo away. This one seemingly has found something very interesting, and that is indeed a Victor 3 who's doing almost a 90 degrees course change. Look at that towed array change course. And apparently, as they pop noisemakers, change course, change depth, change speed, they are very much aware of the problem and they are trying to counteract it. There's one hit. And you are missing the point. I don't know why. Maybe that noisemaker fooled it. Oh, never mind. Hit. It's 2 hits on the sub. Of course, I might be able to hurt the sub, but the sub can still kind of damage me from beyond the grave. As those wake homers, those carrier killers, are in the water. Kid, I would recommend her some urgency as you're getting out of the way.
Turn to course. 332. Hell my.
What's your status? Propulsion's been knocked out. Depth control holding. Whatever, we're gonna throw straight down. Why not? Yep, this one's wired. Good. Knock it out. 3rd hit. Dead. Alrighty then. Job done. That's the submarine eliminated. There might be another one, but if they were here, they might have fired already. So all I need to worry about now is whatever's left of these torpedoes of theirs. Course 114. Change course a bit. At this point, Joker should be almost assembled. Joker force coming off. Good. Alright, so we can start another attack. This time, Cresta 2 is going to be our target. We're going to go to an altitude of 10,000 feet and meet you guys there. The more observant of you might have noticed that I actually sent up my A6s with the wrong loadout. I figured that out, so they were sent back home, and now they're taking back off with the better loadout, the AGM-84 Delta Harpoon. That meant that I had some time on my hands, so I set up Diamond 1. Diamond 1 and Diamond 1-2 are available with a couple of AGM-45 Shrike missiles. These are going to be targeting the enemy's radars. This target is going to be the Cresta. The Cresta being the more capable surface-to-air... Actually, I need to target the wrong one. I need to target the Kara. The Kara being the more capable one with the 30-mile range missiles as well as the 8-mile range missiles. Unfortunately, the Kara has just decided to turn their radars off. I have them on radar, but they don't actually have that big top search radar going. I was hoping to eliminate those radars because with that, their capabilities of self-defense are severely diminished. Unfortunately, they turned them off, so my Shrikes can't hit that, but they can hit the Cresta. And the Submarine is kind of following suit and waiting for the Cresta to detect things. So I'm flying in low as I can, about 300 feet. We're going to pop up, throw out our Shrikes, and then be gone, ideally, before they know what is coming in. Because I, for one, don't have to go up and guide this missile in. I'm going to go to 3,000 feet, quick pop-up phase. There's one. There's two. What are you talking about? Why do you still have a Shrike?
Ceasefire, track. Engage track 7009. Whip it away.
Okay, RTB. But RTB under my terms, which means at 50 feet. You too. 50 feet. We're going to stay below the radar horizon and make sure that this thing cannot pick us up. Once we're out of their range, we can change that. They turned their damn radars off. That's annoying. I wonder if these Shrikes can still hit their targets because they're anti-radiation missiles. This thing has stopped radiating. But I believe that the Shrikes have a feature where they still target the last known position. And that's exactly what he's doing. I turned the radar back on, and that's a hit. Well, we hit something, that is. Yes. That's the Cresta's large air search radar out of commission. That fire that they have aboard, I highly doubt it's going to be any very bad situation for them. But with that big top radar out of commission, I think that's their top sail, they're not going to be able to detect things at as great of a range as they used to. And the other one, was that the head net? This one? Air and surface search. Because if that's out of commission too, then it's going to be much more difficult for them to detect incoming missiles from, oh, say, this formation. The Kara is in range and, of course, has now taken up the slack. The Submarine has also activated their radar. Little late, but okay. The formation here has been kind of bashed apart because I told them to spread out after that torpedo attack came in. Nothing actually connected, so it's not that big of a problem. Now, the Kara... I'm going to try overwhelming that with Jokers, because I think that's the easiest way to put that thing down. Just send 8 harpoons at it, and send another 4 harpoons at the Cresta, and then a few at the Submarine. There are still 2 contacts out there that I haven't fully identified. One's the Submarine, but one's the Rogov, and, well, I'm not really sure what the last one is. Joker. Prepare to strike. 2 missiles each. Target Kara. And we're going to eliminate the crest as well. That's 2 away. That's 1 away. 2 away. Bomb trucking has been complete, and we can go back home. The formation here with the Mississippi is almost reassembled. That is, if the Mississippi is actually intending on going anywhere. Oh, she's waiting for her position in the formation to become available. Okay, got it. Now, if these guys can go back home, Diamond, that'd be great, because then I can also recycle that seed strike, get more raiders destroyed, and push my way into the last of those surviving ships. You can see it's one very nice big strike package. The Cresta's radars have been destroyed. She's going to have to rely upon the radar of the Submarine, which they just turned off. So the Cresta is essentially defenseless. Yeah, she has CUS, she has guns, but she has to pick up those missiles, and she's not doing any of that. Oh, there it comes. Hold on, I thought I destroyed your radars. Well, not enough, apparently. One of those radars has been toasted, but the other one is not. Damn it. Okay, fine. 1 AGM-84 intercepted. There's the guns, there's the missiles. There's another one intercepted. We're also getting spoofed. Unfortunately for you, there's a pretty sizable spread coming in, and I don't think you're going to be able to thwart all of it. That is not helpful, though. 1, 2, 3, dead Cresta. They really cannot take a hit, can they? You look to be eating chaff. Please tell me that doesn't go for all of my harpoons. Nope, that does not go for all of the harpoons. That's a couple more nice demolition jobs there. I'm not sure if the car is alive. Like alive enough. It might be. Head full. Groves, you still got harpoons. Oh, they're gone. They just abandoned ship. Leaving me with 3 ships available for targeting. Unfortunately now they are not well, actually they are in range. They are in range, how nice. Jokers are going back, Diamond's going back. I got my F-14 standing by, but they don't really have a job. I can't exactly load them up with anything useful. No, actually that's not true, is it? That's not true. The F-14... That's the F-4. Close enough. It's not typically part of this airbase, apparently. Unit reference air fighters F-14. Doesn't really matter which one. This can target... I thought the AIM-54 was able to target ships as well. Guess not. Even then, it's high explosive proximity fuse, so probably wouldn't do that much against the ship anyway. Alright, we'll just have to go at it with the harpoons. And I don't know if I can overcome the defenses of a Submarine. These things have some pretty decent anti-missile options. They don't have a VLS, they just have that launcher there and the launcher here. They do have Suez there, starboard and port there. So they have options. Oh, and here as well on the bridge. They have some options. The ship that you're escorting is that Rogov. And another oiler or something. Oh, in that case I can overwhelm it. In that case I can overwhelm it. Okay, we're going to send all of it against the Submarine. You can start. Dale, you have no harpoons left. Kid has harpoons though. Of course my P3 takes this exact moment to start turning around. I'm gonna. I don't have range. Okay, fine. Send 2. 1, 2. Come on, get to the Submarine. There. 1, 2. Leaving me with just 1 harpoon. No, sorry, 2 harpoons against that last target. Which is that Rogov, if I'm not mistaken. Are my aircraft coming back? Yes, they are. Jokers are all landing. Have landed. Diamondback or Diamond Flight's coming in. So we're going to take another 20 minutes to wait for those guys to come back into service. And in the meanwhile, it might be possible for this formation to kick the rest of these things down. It's going to depend on how good that Submarine turns out to be to defend the rest of the formation. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to take out 4, maybe 5 missiles. There it comes. There's the last surface contact. I don't want to shoot the last of the harpoons yet, because they're directly in line behind the Submarine. And that means that most likely it will go for the Submarine, that missile, as opposed to going for my intended target. 7111. That's one intercepted. With an SAN-7 from the Bouvoy. It's you. Intercepted. You have to fight off another 5. Again, I don't put it past them. There's another. They're going to have to defend against more than just missiles aimed at them, though. If they want to save their friends, those are going to have to target these harpoons up here. I don't know if they want to. There's another one intercepted. They've intercepted most of the missiles aimed at them, and they're now trying to defend the other ship here. That's an auxiliary. The problem is with these auxiliaries, they're big, and they might actually need more than 1 harpoon to go down. You guys cycling? Yeah, that's another 16 minutes. So, I underestimated the Submarine at my peril, because it just shot down every single harpoon that I threw at it. Well done to them. Well, maybe with the exception... Never mind. With the exception of 1. Nope. And it just takes it out. Standard missile 2s. Yeah, you don't have range on that. Okay. So we just need to be patient. Again. I made a blunder. The Submarine, the Bouvoy, still has missiles. These are SSN-22s, and they are pretty capable. They are currently launching those at my formation because I managed to get into their range. This is because I was trying to hand deliver some standard missiles, and I completely disregarded the fact that the Submarine is not as harmless and can still very much shoot back. At this point, we already have Jokers 1 through 4 back up. So once more, we're going to send them back in. And at the same time, we're going to have our own missiles go out from this formation. But not offensive this time around. This is going to be a defensive missile in nature. Because we have a couple of them inbound and I don't want to get hit. Now you do pick them up when they're getting launched, but these things go sea skimming pretty quick. Which means that you only pick them up at about 13 miles when they're sea skimming again. Giving you very little time to respond, especially at a speed of 1350 knots. These things are distinctly unfun to fight against, because they are so fast. Not exactly sure what they're targeting. I think the cruiser. Missed it. Missed.
Birds away, track.
Way, 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 way too close.
2-0.
You're not getting targeted. Mississippi's getting targeted. We've intercepted one.
Birds away, track.
Oh, that was way too close. And now they're targeting the Dale. Dale, I need you to come to starboard.
4.
Unmask your Seaways.
Track 7-1-2.
Oh dear. If this thing hits the Dale, it's going to be a completely unnecessary casualty. But they're changing course. The missile's targeting something else instead. It is going for the Kid, which means we still have a second, and that was enough. This one also bypassing the cruiser. Got it. Oh no. Bypassing the cruiser again, going for the Kid. Got it. That was a lot of unnecessary panic right there. I could have entirely prevented that just by keeping the formation out of that area. But I was eager to get in there, and that almost cost me. So I'll learn from that and not do that again. Now, the formation is unchanged. You, unfortunately for you, don't have any missiles left to attack me with. That is, until you get into range of the SAN-7, which I'm not exactly going to let you do. So that's 13 miles. I'm thinking of just putting this thing down. Oh crap, there's another. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out. One ship. I'm not moving time acceleration, right? This is just how fast these things are. They too want to target the leader of the formation. No, actually not even. Oh, they're targeting the Kid again. Alright. Okay, we're alive. We're fine. Now, let's go target the Submarine and put it out of its existence. I'm thinking 8 missiles might not do it, so we'll send 12. And then potentially 2 and 2 for the Rogov and the other one. But those are going to come later. I first want to have these missiles go into the Submarine. Oh, actually, I got some other options. I got Diamond over here. And these are loaded out with cluster bombs. Sorry, yeah, the AGM-62 Walleye, which is a glide bomb. I can use that against those other ships. So I'm going to first engage and eliminate the Submarine. We're just going to go salvo all of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bye-bye. That's going to be 16 missiles. I think the Submarine, as good as she is not going to be able to handle that. And these walleyes, I think the higher you come in, the better their range is going to be. As they are glide bombs, you want them to have the opportunity to glide. So higher is better. I'm going to split you guys up. This way I can have one of you target each of these ships here. I believe that their capabilities are extremely limited. These things have a gun. I think they got Seaways as well. Quite a lot of it. What are you sporting exactly? Oh, even SAN-4 and 5. Huh. You're a bit more damaging than I expected. Don't fly in just yet. First, we're going to eliminate that Submarine. Submarine under attack now. 9 miles out, 8 miles out. There she goes. I think she's going to get completely obliterated, because she can definitely defend herself against missiles which are coming in waves. But not one big blob. There's one intercepted. 2. Everything's getting spoofed. She intercepted another one. Hit, 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 hit. Abandoned ship. Dead. Okay, so that's that done. That means I can now get... Who had harpoons? Kid? Yes. Kid. Send the last of your harpoons out to the Rogov. 1 away. 2 away. Very good. And seeing as they have, I think, no self-defense capability beyond those SAN 4 and 5, I can start pushing my fleet in. Well, fleet might be a big word. Task force might be more apt. Just hope the Submarine isn't going to absorb the missiles. She should be gone by the time that they get there. Yeah, she's gone. She's not a radar profile anymore. As for that last thing, I think that's a tanker. So let's start to engage that. Or not. What?
Surface search on. Radar eye.
What? It's a TV camera guided anti-surface weapon. Anti-surface attack mode against land all. I thought you can use these against ships as well. Can you not? Yeah, I can strafe this, but I can't actually strike it. Okay, fine. There's ECM being used. Insufficiently so, I should add. Seaways. Oh, really? One got spoofed and the other one got targeted and killed off by Seaways. This should be the final attack. Jokers 1 through 4 available with additional missiles. The Submarine is down. The Chilikin and the Rogov are still there. We're going to go 2 each and put these guys down. If that for some reason turns out to be insufficient, I also have my formation coming in and I can still call in the A7s, this time with an actual strike loadout. As opposed to a seat loadout, that is. Unfortunately, we still don't have range. These things do have... Yeah, we're getting there. But not yet. We need to have a fire control lock on it, and we don't. So we're going to wait for the Harpoons to get here. These Joker boys. They've been very, very, very valuable in this mission. Flying back and forth to the airbase, dropping off missiles, and done. And then again. And then again, and then again. I do wonder what this ammo point cost is going to be for, but I suspect it's going to be for rearming ships in the dynamic campaign for when that eventually hits. And speaking of hitting, this poor ship, I think, is utterly defenseless. Yeah. It's just an oiler. So it's going to get completely demolished. Rogov is trying to defend both herself and her friend. 3, 4 missiles going up. All targeting the missiles going for the Chilikin, not for the Rogov itself. They did intercept a few, to be fair, but not enough. The Chilikin is still badly, badly hit. The Genrik Gasanov. And I think that they might now be reloading their missile launchers. They did a very valuable, valiant thing, trying to defend their friend. Unfortunately, that is not going to save them. I think we're going to see this thing sinking pretty soon. Engage. There you go. Assess that all Warsaw Pact forces have been eliminated. We're scrambling all MPRA assets, I don't know what that is, to search the area for remaining troops. Victory is ours. Full report to come within 12 hours. Nice. So, job done. Except for that attack by the Submarine against my ships, as well as the torpedo attack, I think we made it through completely unscathed. Which means... Yeah, we did have one P3C getting destroyed. I don't know why. I think it crashed upon takeoff. I have no idea what happened to that. It's just... It vanished. I told it to go up with, what was that? I think an ASW loadout or a Harpoon loadout. It took off and it just vanished. At any rate, job done. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for the next mission.